welcome on YourPedia platform.
Hello, sir.
Thank you very much, Rahul, for sparing your time to discuss with me the placement opportunities and how much you are enjoying your studying at IIT Jodhpur. So it's good to know, Rahul, you are studying in IIT Jodhpur in Robotics and Mobility branch. It's a very unique branch you got, and I think last year only they started this particular branch.
Yes.
So it will be good to discuss about the placement opportunities, the curriculum of this particular branch. So with a grade score of 643 general category, you got admission into this branch, and you mentioned in round 8 actually. In additional round 3
Yes.
you got. So my first question to you, Rahul, how you up to that round, like how you tried actually, how you waited actually. So how you got the patience to try up to round 3, additional round 3?
Sir, actually, because of your guidance as well, like you said, be patient with this score. You will get a good branch. And I have also filled a CCMT form. So there I was getting triple IT Allahabad. And I have to change my core to non-core field. So with that offer in my hand, I was just waiting for a good offer in IITs. So after getting IIT Jodhpur in 8th round, I have discarded the triple IT Allahabad form and selected this one.
So I feel this is also a kind of marriage between the score you got and the branch which you can get. So we need
Yes.
to make a kind of compatibility of that. It is not like that got some good grade score, and then whatever branch you're getting in round 1 you need to accept. Okay, it is good to have that patience,
Yes.
and then it is good to try and scale up up to which particular branch we can try. Okay, and then like if with that gate score whatever best branch you are getting, then it is good to enter into that. So very good information, Rahul, we are getting, and definitely I feel it is going to motivate the student up to round 3, additional round 3, because that is I think last point. I
Yes.
also after that, when student discussed with me and they actually asked for some kind of suggestion, he said, can we go into next 4th round also? Although there are very less students actually asked for taking risk in additional round 4, because in additional round we cannot keep any kind of offer.
Yes, sir.
The student have two options only: accept or reject.
Yes.
So in that time, at that moment, it is very difficult actually, and the decision taking power is required, and the steps are very much crucial actually for career making. So my next question to you, Rahul, you got into this branch because recently they started, only last year they started. So how much in comparison to other core branches, what you feel the career opportunities a student can get after entering into this branch, and what you want to what information you want to share with us related to the course curriculum of this branch?
Sir, in this course, as the name suggests, it is robotics and mobility, which includes both robotics and mobility. So it is divided into three micro specialization. That is UAV, unmanned aerial vehicles, and one is AMR, autonomous mobile robots, and the third one is EV, that is electric vehicles. So these three all are the future aspects of like every field, and every company requires these type of skills. So yeah, that is the reason why this branch excites more of the students right now. And even though if we ask faculties regarding the placements and what would be the criteria, so they are asking, don't worry, you are getting a really good branch. So at least two offers you will be getting. So that is our surety. You don't have to worry about the placements. Just focus on your studies.
Yes. So I feel most of the student in this branch will be a mixed student, like from electrical also, mechanical also, and I feel from other branches also student will
Yes,
be
sir.
there.
One student is from CSC branch and three from electrical and six from mechanical.
So CSC mechanical, how many students from CSC?
One student.
One student from CSC, six from mechanical, and remaining all from electrical.
Remaining are from and electronics. One is from electrical and one is from electronics.
Okay, so majority of the students are from mechanical only.
Mechanical, yes.
Okay. Mm. Actually, mechanical student they adjust, in all different kind of environments, and they are very, they are having unique capability to learn different kind of things. They move into software industry also. They move into core mechanical sector also. So I hope you also you are in this branch. You are learning some kind of software skill. You mentioned about those that particular sub specialization you have chosen, and in
Yes,
that
sir.
specialization you are getting chance to learn AI and machine learning.
Yes, sir.
So those things are there in the course curriculum of robotics only.
Yes, sir. There, those things are there in the course.
So what do you feel? Some kind of background is required, like at B.tech level, because student they normally, because during GATE preparation also they focus on basic core mechanical subjects only. Mathematics is fine, but other than that they don't focus
No,
much
I don't
on
think so.
learning any kind of softwares, okay, or coding kind of things.
Like
But is
if
any
they
kind
have
of
a
basic fundamental knowledge is required?
no, no, if they have not known, means they have not studied C++ or Python in their like graduation. So even they will provide you the sources. Like you
Okay.
can go through these courses and
Mm.
complete your course first, and these are the prerequisites of the courses. So even
C,
though
C++,
they haven't
it is good. Like if a student
like
having some knowledge of C, C++, then he will
yes,
get, it will be easy to understand machine learning
yes,
or
sir.
AI kind of things. But even if a student is not having, then he will get sufficient time to learn those things.
Yes, sir. They will be getting sufficient time.
And what about the, it is easy to learn those things, because that also student asks actually. Because for a mechanical student who is not very much inclined or very much, familiar to those kind of things, coding things or software kind of things, but because as far as placements are concerned, placements are very good. So keeping in mind the placement, scenario, students are very much interested to move into that areas, robotics, AI, machine learning. But at the same time, second thing, they are not having a background in that area. So is it easy to learn those things? Time is sufficient. You mentioned they get sufficient time, but what about the difficulty they face?
Sir, in the beginning, if it is new for them, like so they have to start from the like scratch itself, right? So there are lots of videos in YouTube as well. From there, they can like go through a roadmap, like which things you have to do first and which things then you have to advance. So based on that, if they start getting interested, definitely they can clear that courses of C++ and Python.
Good. What about the other facilities available in Jodhpur? Jodhpur is comparatively a new IT, and the student, most of the time they look for IITs like IIT Bombay, Delhi, Kanpur, Kharagpur. Those are old IITs. But as far as IT systems are concerned, all IITs are unique, whether it is old, new IITs or old IITs. But yes, it is good to get into old IITs. But the new IITs are also doing very good researches, and they are very fastly growing actually, like the IIT Guwahati, IIT Ropar, IIT Jodhpur. These are comparatively new IITs, but they are very fastly growing IITs. IIT Gandhinagar also. So I feel you are enjoying your studying at IIT Jodhpur, or there is a difference. Like if you when you interact with some of your friends, colleagues, and other top IITs, so what do you feel? Similar kind of good research facilities are available in IIT Jodhpur also.
With research, with the respect to research areas, like we have established our own lab right now, like 2 months before our own self.
That
So
is a
yes,
very great
definitely
good
there
thing actually.
is.
Yes, yes.
You have to be patient enough.
Means,
Like it is a new branch,
mm,
so if you have to get those like in hand experiences, so
mm,
faculties are very supportive. They will provide you the all the equipments and that, but you have to establish by your own. So
yes,
you will be getting that much of experience. Like we have established our own lab and we
lab.
are
Yeah,
doing our own hands-on experience.
that's a
So
great
that
feeling.
is
Great
a
feeling.
great experience. But yes, sometimes you feel like no, no, it should be established before after we have came, so that we
Yes,
don't have to waste our time on that.
because the lab which you are establishing, that is not only going to help you actually, that is going to help the other students who are going to enter into this that branch
Yes.
later stage. Yes, yes, that I can understand, because you need to set up a lab based on the requirements or based on the research you are carrying out. So you need to procure some equipment, instruments related to that. But yes, the experience, the exposure which a student is getting, actually some kind of leadership skills also, managing skills, okay, and how to procure different items from the market. Those things are also unique. Okay,
Yes.
and I feel in new IITs the faculties are also new. Okay,
Yes, sir.
faculties are young actually, not new. It is the young will be,
Young
I think,
faculty.
better word to use. The faculties are young, they are very energetic, and they are actually very much, interested to help, because they recently completed their masters, PhDs. Sometime, most of the time, actually, most of the cases they completed their PhDs, postdocs from very
IITs
top
also.
foreign universities. So they are very happy actually and interested to support students. That I observed in comparison to the professors, faculties there in old IITs. So, but other than that, second thing, because a faculty professor who is expert, who is from last suppose 15-20 years doing research in a particular area, he is having some expertise as compared to a professor who is very sportive, but not having that much background of research. So those kind of problems student face in branches like new branches like robotics.
Exactly.
Or
There was
let me ask you that way: how much dependent you are in pursuing your research on your professor?
actually we are not that much dependent, but yes, definitely to get this signature of particular equipment that we have to buy, that thing we have to do on our own. Like we have to visit the uh, faculties and let them to, like, it takes time. Definitely it takes time. And there's one more professor, Venkatesh sir. He's a retired professor from IIT Kanpur. He has done his
Okay,
research in
so yes,
he has done his
there are
research
some
in
retired
UAVs.
professor also, means some senior expert members are also there.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So they are also guiding us to the lab, and they also take our like test and all that things. And definitely they help us a lot from their experience, what they did in IIT Kanpur and what they expect from us. So definitely, even though they are like old, but still they are very enthusiastic.
Great, great. So Rahul, actually your batch will be the first batch who is going to
Yes.
complete this particular branch. So as far as placements are concerned, there is no such seniors, okay, got a placement in that branch. But what do you feel? What information you are getting from your, training and placement officer or the faculty, or what you feel? What will be what kind of placements you are going to get after completing your masters in this branch?
Actually, sir, from our faculties, they are saying like in this year itself, Mercedes-Benz has arrived and they are taking profile of AI as well as embedded systems. And that embedded system is in our course. So if we'll like show them we have done this course and we have some knowledge, so definitely they will be taking us. And that company is really good. For many of them mechanical engineers, automotive, that Mercedes-Benz is the dream company. So definitely this course is going to help those mechanical engineers. And secondly, this information is from the AMD seniors. So they were saying like you will get definitely get placed with your robotics and mobility system department. And other than that, there are lots of non-core placements are ongoing, like data analyst or business analyst. That is the common thing in all the IITs. So for that, they are required SQL and Python. So behind your studies, you can also cover up those courses as well and get shortlisted for the placement for those profiles.
Good, good. So, placement, as far as placement are concerned, we can say ki yes, a student who is entering, who is actually entered into that branch or who is willing to enter into similar kind of branches, he will get good placement opportunity.
Yes, sir, definitely.
But yes, one thing I want to say here, I want to highlight here, because if a student entering into these kind of branches, the areas are new, so he or she needs to focus much actually in adopting, in getting familiar with the some such new areas, new subjects. So if a student is having that much passion and interest to learn those kind of things, then only it is good to enter into such kind of branches. But suppose a student wants to prepare for some PSUs kind of things or some kind of competitive
No, no,
examination,
no.
then he or she will face a huge difficulty actually, because he will be able to manage all the things, and obviously then he will face difficulty also getting into the placements, also getting
Yes,
placement after completing his masters. And then that student is going to highlight key placements are not good in Jodhpur, because he has not focused on getting the good placements. Because
yes,
for if a student wants to get placement after the M.tech masters, he needs to learn some kind of skills, some kind of
yes,
expertise he needs to get. And if he's getting that expertise, then placements are not an issue. Placements are very good in old top and new IITs also. So Rahul, placements are good. As far as if we compare this branch with other branches like AMD, I think there is AI branches
yes,
also
sir,
there.
yes, sir.
last time they started
And
that.
actually, one more thing, like in this AI, that the last time they have started it for M.tech students, they're getting the summer internship, right? Out of 10, 6 have already got the summer internship right now.
Okay, out of 10, 6 already got internship. Good.
Yes, sir. And
So
actually,
in
that is
AI,
also
the
combined.
packages also they are going to get minimum 18, 20 lakhs.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Good. But yes, it is initially because in our country there are so many students, the population is huge, competition is huge. That's why IITs they place some kind of criteria actually to admit a particular student in a particular branch. But I feel score is just a number. After entering into a particular branch doesn't matter. Like whether you are entering with 600 gate score, 550 gate score, or 800 gate score. At last, your skill matters. Okay.
Yes.
And gate is a kind of unique, different kind of examination. And most of the time, I feel it is observed. A student getting 600 gate score doesn't mean he's not having capability or competency to learn those kind of things. Most of the time, actually, they enter into a particular branch, they get good expertise skill, and they get very good placements also. Even student with the 400 500 gate score also they get into IITs and they get very good placement. So finally it matters what how much passion you are having, how much interest you are having in pursuing your masters. So what information now you want to share with your friends or colleagues or your juniors, keeping in mind
Like,
the scenario. Okay, let's suppose there is someone who is wants some kind of suggestion from you, who just completed his BTech. So keeping in mind the scenario of today's condition, the scope of AI machine learning kind of branches, the scope of computational robotics kind of branches, overall placement, IITs, new IITs, old IT system. What do you want to suggest them?
yes, sir, definitely. For the first thing I would suggest them is be clear with like whether you want to go for M.tech or not. Like if you want to go for M.tech, then choose whether you have to choose the core branch or non-core, and whether you are focusing for the placement or PSUs. And if you are focusing for the PSUs, then definitely IIT Jodhpur is not the place, because it is a continuation evaluation process. Like over here, if you want to get a good score, then you have to be very attentive in the classes, because there are three fractals actually in IIT Jodhpur, and in those three fractals, in every fractal there are two quizzes and one test. So that's become really hectic for the students as well. So definitely for the PSUs and other, like for competitive exams, if you have to prepare for that, then IIT Jodhpur is not the place. First thing. And second thing is, after selecting the like robotics and mobility system, definitely you will enjoy the whole course curriculum, because it is constructed in such a way like everything will look interconnected and with the industrial oriented perspective. So for the placement wise, so definitely this is the best place. uh,
Good. So I think we discussed about the facilities available in IIT Jodhpur, scope of the branch. There are some other branches also you highlighted, and students know about the AI, AMD, robotics. These are very good branches. What about core mechanical branches like the metallurgy, thermal design? I hope some interaction you are having with the students. Get a good admission into thermal design. And I feel because robotics they started last year, but I feel the cutoff was high actually last year for branches like design or thermal. But the placement opportunities will be better actually in robotics kind of areas.
Actually, I haven't seen anyone from like, there is no department of design, I think, design and thermal over here. Only advanced manufacturing design is there. And in
Advanced manufacturing and design, I think they offer specialization in manufacturing and design and thermal also.
yeah,
Thermal and fluids.
actually our TA was from robotics itself. Like our TA was from the AMD department, and he is doing his project from robotics. So definitely most of them are choosing advanced manufacturing. So I
Mm.
have not met none of them, those who have taken the micro specialization in the
Okay.
thermal area.
What about metallurgy kind of branches? Those also students get some placements, or they focus on getting known into the non-core areas only, non-core placements only.
I have idea regarding the B.tech students, not really about the M.tech ones.
M.tech.
Like yes, like B.tech always they choose to go for the non-core placements, and M.tech I haven't heard like they have preparing for the non-core or core.
Actually, that we generally mention core, non-core, but actually those are nowadays those are kind of advancements in the core only. You cannot say those are non-core area; those are not related to mechanical. Obviously, those
Yes,
are not directly related to mechanical,
directly. Yeah.
but those are advancements in mechanical only. You are having a mechanical system. We initially we developed some mechanically operated car, but nowadays we are not having mechanically operated car. The engine is mechanical fine, but all the controls are electronics only. And now we are further moving towards
Electromechanical.
the
Yes.
digitalization of that, and now further moving towards the machine learning or AI kind of thing, so that we will be able to drive that particular vehicle without any kind of driver. So we are moving
Yes.
towards driverless vehicle. So the
Autonomous. Yeah.
mechanical branch is actually, we can say it's growing actually, and it is clubbing with other areas like CSC and electronics and electrical kind of areas. So those all are integral part. Okay, and it is good to get some basic understanding of all. If a student wants to get some kind of areas, because we
Yes.
cannot avoid actually those things at this moment because placements are higher in non-core only.
And one more thing,
So
like in first semester, they allow us to study all the three micro specialization, so that we could choose like from which
So
micro specialization we have to go
you
through.
mentioned about three branches like EV, UAV, and one more autonomous
AMR.
robotics. Then a student gets the flexibility to choose any one area out of these three, or
Yes, sir. We get the flexibility to choose
he
any
gets
one
the
out of these after first semester.
after the first semester. So some
Yes.
criteria they place.
No, no, there is no criteria.
There is no
Whether
criteria.
like there are all the three subjects will be in the first semester of three micro
Mhm. So
specialization.
what if all the students want to go for EV or all the students want to go for UAV? Then
Then it's fine. Then
that's
it's
fine.
fine. Like
Okay.
yes, sir.
Means there is no restriction, and
Yes,
it is totally purely based on the interest of student
yes,
in
sir.
which area he wants to get some kind of further specialization.
Yes, sir. And
Great,
actually,
great.
there are also executive students over here as well. Those who are working in some companies and also studying with us. So
Okay,
yes, sir.
so that executive M.tech program,
Yes,
yes,
sir.
yes. Those are kind of sponsored, self-sponsored program.
No, no, they are being MUA signed with the industry, and yes, sir.
Mm.
And they are also
Because
getting
in Jodhpur, they are having some self-sponsored program also, no? Like some
yes, sir.
seats are
Yes, sir.
self-sponsored. I
Yes, sir.
think in robotics and AMD also they admit some of the student based on the self-sponsored criteria.
Yes, sir.
Student needs to pay some higher fees, maybe 8-10 lakhs, or they don't get any kind of scholarship of that.
Like only the 30,000 amount is more, not more than that.
Okay. What about the placement opportunities? Those are same, whether
Same,
you
same.
are self-sponsored or
Exactly same, sir. Actually, one
MHRD
is
sponsored.
yes, sir, one guy is from our classes having gate score of 350.
Okay.
But he's from the CFTI, like SVNIT, and he got here with the stipend itself. Like he's getting the stipend as well as the same opportunities like us.
Good, good. CFT, there are some central funded institutions, and for those students, I think GATE is not the criteria. The criteria is only the CGPA. If a student is having CGPA more than 8 plus, 9 plus, I think, then he can directly appear into the interviews. Good, good. So a student from CFTI also can try, even if he is not
Yes, sir.
qualified GATE. So CFTI
Yes, sir.
also
Yes, sir.
they
He
can
can
try
try, but for
without GATE also. And
self-sponsored category.
with the low grade score, student can try for some kind of self-sponsored programs. So there
Yeah,
is no
sure, sir.
difference.
No,
After
sir.
entering into a particular branch, there is no difference.
No,
Whether
sir.
you are self-sponsored, whether you are MHRD sponsored, or whether you are industry sponsored, placement opportunities are same.
Same, sir.
Good, good. So very good information, Rahul. I got through you, and I feel it will be really motivating for all the students because information like information related to these kind of domains like robotics and AI, AMD are very much unique actually. And student nowadays they are much interested in getting into the non-core areas because they are observing very good career in those areas actually as compared to core areas. And there is a generally student discuss ki student in core areas after 10 years is getting a package of 8-10 lakhs, and the student in non-core areas after 10 years is getting package 30-35 lakhs.
Yes,
Then that will be much satisfying actually, and it will be very difficult situation for anyone to think actually if one of his friends got admission into non-core and he's getting 35 lakhs and student in core area getting 8-10 lakhs, then yes, it will be very much difficult to handle actually for any of the student. So that's why student nowadays they are very much flexible and they are very much actually interested to move into those non-core areas also. So nowadays there is no such restriction among the student to move into those kind of areas. That's a very good sign actually, because
Yes, sir.
there is a very good competency and capacity there in the mechanical engineering student. And I feel mechanical engineering student they actually run the world. Not mechanical. Other than that, also they lead. The top software companies also and other those similar kind of industrial production, industrial management areas also they lead. So they are not actually limited to only core sector. They are getting very good packages, very good jobs in other non-core areas also. So from your PDA team, Rahul, many congratulations and best luck,
Thank
best
you.
wishes for your
Thank you.
future career ahead. And I
Thank
hope next year we will meet and we will meet once again. And before that, I feel you will be able to get some kind of good placements because placements
you.
are good in that branch. So many best wishes to you, Rahul.
Thank you, sir.
And once again, thank you very much for sparing your time.
Thank you. Thank you.